Oh, boy. Just when I think, like, health-wise I'm getting better, I wake up with, like tightness inside my ear. Like, a cough is starting to stir up again. Man. And on top of all that, like, I went to bed at like 10 o'clock. I got up at like 5:30, so a good 7.5 hours of sleep. I know it's not full 8 hours, but it's close to it. And I still feel incredibly drowsy. Man. Needless to say, that's pretty much my low for today. Let's see. Unfortunately, yesterday was on the rather uneventful side because there really wasn't much, like, really going on in the realm of, big, like, events. Again, nothing's happening until, like, the 19th when The Voice comes back on, and really, I'm only going to be watching The Voice for, like, the auditions. So, because let's be honest, the auditions are the best part of The Voice. They are. They just are for me. Like all the judges bickering and stuff like that. That's just fun to do. But I actually do kind of have a high. I guess my high would be the fact that I was right about the Saints being the Chargers yesterday. But even then, that really is a bit of a stretch. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And my act of kindness. Let's see. What was my act of kindness? Well, when I was in town the other day, in Corning, I was asked to go get lunch for everyone, so I did. So, yeah. I ended up having a KFC, by the way. Yes, I went to Corning, only to get lunch from Horseheads, only to go all the way back to Corning. And at least it killed some time. Good morning and happy Tuesday, everybody. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry if I'm coming across as rather, like, lethargic right now, but, man, I'm just getting really annoyed by this post-nasal drip. And I'm positive that's what it is, like, post-nasal drip. I think I may be... I don't want to alarm anyone, but I think I may actually have bronchitis. It certainly looks that way. Like, this constant, like, tickle in my throat, post-nasal drip. The fact that, like, because when I was with my mom the other day, actually, I think it might have been, I think it was Sunday I was with her. I asked her if she could look down my throat and look in my ear. It was dull in this ear, and I actually did have some post-nasal drip, so I couldn't be that far off. See, I told you I'm tired. Man, there's like really nothing going on yet this week. Or it's still too early to make any sort of, like, prediction or something. I don't know. Let's see. Was there anything I could say or mention or anything? Gosh, I don't really know. Man, this is the first time I've, like, drawn a blank where it's, like, really leading me nowhere. Holy cow. This has, like, never happened before. Oh, actually, I'm sure it's probably happened before. I mean, it's only day 1017, I think. So, definitely erring on the side of, like... Actually, is it day 1017? Actually, no, yeah, it is. It would be day 1017. Because this is actually something I had noticed. And I didn't plan on this. But day 1013 was a Friday. So, in a very twisted kind of way, even though today is the 13th, Friday was the 13th day in these 1000 days. Freaky, isn't it? I mean, nothing particularly bad happened, obviously. Everything's, fine. At least in the realm of light. Again, nothing extremely bad happening. I did get a message from my aunt after I sent her that one thing about Stephanie Graf and Serena Williams. She really liked it. She actually says she's going through withdrawals right now because this past weekend was like the last major tennis tournament for the year. So she'll be going through withdrawals for a little while. Let's see. Anything else that's going on? I know I talked about I watched all of Gurren Lagan all the way through, and the more because here's the thing with YouTube algorithms, lots of videos that you may have already seen before are going to pop up in your feed, but man, I'll put a link in the description. By the way, the one scene I've easily watched the most is easily when Simone had his speech and metaphorically became a man. That was actually really cool. Because I mentioned how Simone comes into his own after Kamina dies. That's basically, it's the scene where that happens. But man, the thing about that scene that really gets to me is the background music. The song is called Happily Ever After. I'll put a link to that in the description below. And I must have listened to that song a dozen times already. I really like that song. I don't know what to say. I also got a chance to watch the 10th anniversary special involving Gurren Lagan, where because here's the thing, it was dubbed in English around really more 13 years ago. But remember, I'm incredibly late to the party on this, and so all of the English voiceover actors for Gurren Lagann actually talked about their memories with the show. And what's great about that is, for starters, you guys know, I'm a huge voiceover fan. Seriously, that would be my dream job to do in life. Partly because when I was growing up, a lot of people would make fun of my voice. And not in the best possible way. But you know what? Over time, I've learned to embrace it. So that's kind of why. Also, I've always loved animation. I've always loved cartoons. So, yeah, voiceover would actually be a perfect career for me if I knew how to break into it. Maybe someday. Technically, I've shared this story before, but I have done voiceover acting once, and it wasn't for anything major. It was actually for a school play where it was for Trinity Pauling's spring show, and really all it was a simple series of one-act plays. And this one-act original was basically Adam and Eve in the garden, and they're talking to God, who was voiced by me. And basically, the way we had it set up was Adam and Eve are essentially looking up like this, and because I'm God, the lights on the stage are flickering on and off to signify that, I'm talking, which is actually really cool. And it was fun because even though I had the script right in front of me, I had the easiest lines ever. I actually still remember my opening monologue too. So, you've given a name to everything in the garden, appellated all of creation, as it were, and now you're bored. Yeah, those are my opening lines. I still remember them to this day. Gosh, we're well over 10 years now. Holy cow. Actually, it'd be almost 11 years. Almost 11 years, actually. Actually, over 11 years. Wow. Man, am I getting older. I don't mind though. It's not how old you are, it's how you are being old. Um, It's definitely. I mean, again, I'm sorry if this seems a little lethargic. I mean, I've been like, seriously, I could have gotten up at like 5, like a lot earlier than what I did because I got up at like 5:30. But like, man, I just couldn't because I was like just so tired. Like, I was like that sort of level of like tired where like you're tired and you want to sleep, but you just can't. But you also want to get up and do stuff, but you also can't. It's like, man, I was just like procrastinating like crazy. It was unbelievable. I guess the only other thing I could really do right now is look and see who this week's guest on Hot Ones is going to be. Hold on. You can load, please. Thank you. Don't really have any idea yet. Oh, okay. We do have confirmation. Apparently, the guest is going to be Naomi Campbell. I do not know who that is. Thankfully, we have the internet to look it up, shall we say. Naomi. Oh. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Alright, let's see what we have here. English model, actress, businesswoman. Discovered at the age of 15. Most recognizable and in-demand models of the late 80s and 90s. Okay. One of the 6 models of a generation declared supermodels by the fashion industry. Wait. You actually have to be declared a supermodel? I did not know that. Okay, so a supermodel. Okay. Anything else about her? Any sort of filmography? Okay, so apparently she's been in a few movies. And literally none of these movies I've seen. Or, well, okay, I've heard of Cool as Ice, but I never saw that movie. Yeah. Not really, I know nothing about this one. But you know what? That's the beauty of Hot Ones. If it's a guest I don't know, I get to learn more about them. And that's exciting. So yeah, I'll have that to look forward to in a couple of days. Thursday afternoon. And hey, when we get to Thursday afternoon, that means the weekend's almost here. But we're at Tuesday right now. I could have thought this through a little bit better, couldn't I? Gosh, I don't really know what else to say other than, I mean, again, this early part of the week until we get to Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, that, was pretty quiet. I know there was football on last night, but the Saints only barely won. I'll be honest, the NFC East may be the worst league, maybe the worst division in the entirety of the NFL, but the really lackluster one, at least by my opinion, is got to be the NFC South. Because all 4 teams are capable of being good, but they're not. The Falcons are atrocious. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are better than they're good, but they're not as good as what we thought they were going to be. The Saints have actually been coming up kind of short. The only team that's been a legitimate surprise has been the Panthers, which is really surprising when you consider the fact that Christian McCaffrey got injured. So it's crazy. But there is a game on tonight between the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. That's why I'm wearing the jersey, because if there's a game, I'm going to be making a pick. And even though both teams are undefeated, and actually both teams were wild cards last year, and they both did, well, Buffalo really didn't do well, but, you know, Buffalo proved that they were a contender. And I think they're going to be a contender in the AFC East. So, I'm going to go with my hometown and say, let's go, Buffalo. So that's my pick for today. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on the social platform notification on YouTube. I'm very humbled to make this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or channel, you're going to be here to let you know. So I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.